The dieta or the diet that you need to do beforehand. So you'll have heard about this most probably, but there's certain things that we can and cannot ingest and eat before we come to ayahuasca. In this course, I've also done a recipe section for you as well to help you, because it can be a bit confusing to know like what you can and can't eat and this, that, and the next thing. So you can refer to that for some ideas. If you think about it this way, everything is energy. Everything has an energy. From the foods we eat, to us, to the animals, to the rocks, to the trees, to the rivers, everything has an energy. And what we're looking to do before we go on retreat is to basically allow our body to go through as much of a physical, energetic sensation, ascension, I should say, as possible beforehand. And we do that in many ways, but one of the ways is through the diet and what we eat. So all foodstuffs have an energy, and you have foods that have a very high vibrational energy, such as fruit and vegetables, pulses, grains, drinking water, all the healthy stuff that we know we should be eating and drinking. And then we have low vibrational foods as well, like your junk foods, your refined sugar, etc. So in order to get the most out of the retreat as possible, for 2 weeks beforehand we suggest, some people like to do this for longer, completely up to you, but it's to take care of your diet as much as possible and to eat as much as clean, healthy, unprocessed food as possible. It's also important to say at this stage that we work with a lot of people who suffer from bulimia and binge eating disorders. So, in these types of cases, just try your best, okay? We know, and the medicine knows as well, that you're trying your best, but if you have these types of disorders, it's going to be a wee bit more trickier. But don't worry about it, and don't beat yourself up, and don't punish yourself about it, okay? Just really, really try your hardest, okay? So also with the diet and the foodstuffs that we need to eat, so another thing we need to stop is alcohol, okay? So you're also stopping that for a couple of weeks beforehand. Also important for those of you that smoke weed, that smoke marijuana, you need to stop at least a month beforehand, at least. If you don't, what you're going to find is you're going to come to the retreat, and basically the marijuana is going to block the ayahuasca from working. She has a very jealous spirit, she has a very, very possessive spirit, and she can block your experience. So be very, very cautious with that, okay, because it will affect you. Those of you that do recreational drugs and everything, like ecstasy, cocaine, etc., again, you're wanting to be stopping these for a month beforehand type of thing, okay? Just to give yourself time to get all those chemicals out of your system as well. And you all know as well that you need to come off from all medications, all pharmaceutical medications. I'm not going to give any general advice in this video because, we speak to you all individually, we know what tablets you are taking, what medications, etc. So just follow the advice of the team, because with certain pharmaceutical medications, you can stop a couple of days before. Others were advising you to come off like a month before type of thing as well. So just follow the advice of the team there. Likewise, working with other plant medicines. A lot of you might be working with mushrooms, microdosing with mushrooms. Mushrooms are great, mushrooms are fantastic, but you must devote yourself just to the spirit and the process of the ayahuasca. So again, stopping any of these types of things at least 2 weeks, preferably a month before. And I would say if you're going to be working with any other kind of big medicines, you know, such as Bufo, San Pedro, you're wanting to be stopping like a month before, okay, just to be ready to receive the ayahuasca. Other things apart from the things that we would ingest. So the diet isn't just about like the foodstuffs and this, that, and the next thing. It's also very important that we are cautious of what we are ingesting in terms of, for example, outside sources. So the news, for example, we know that the news is just a tool of the global elites to basically create fear, to make us anxious and fearful. So just stay away from all that type of stuff. Stay away from like kind of violent films, horror films, action films, all these types of things as well. Anything fear-based, you want to stay away from. Likewise, in your preparation process, and this can be a bit more difficult as well, is staying away from toxic people and toxic situations. Now we get this can be tricky, especially if you're living in a toxic situation, yeah, but try to go into hermit mode as much as possible prior to the retreat, you know, in those, especially in those couple of weeks leading up to the retreat. Just as little stress as possible as well. And another important thing I need to say is about sex and masturbation as well. Not a lot of people understand this, but sexual energy is a very, very strong and potent form of energy. So you're wanting to guard all that strength and energy within you to give you that extra energy to do your work is one thing, okay? But another thing in terms of sex, for example, is you're coming here to do your own healing, okay, to heal your own past, your own energy. And what you're going to find, for example, if you're having sex, is that there's a transference of energy there, yeah, and their energy is going to be really, really entwined with yours as well. So you want your energy body to be as clear as possible from that as well.